The most recent Nintendo Direct was a farming and life sim and RPG fans' dream. Here's a recap of all the new cozy casual games announced in that Direct that I'll definitely be adding to my wishlist and are slated to come out in the later half of 2022 and early 2023. I cannot wait to play these when they release. I also want to quickly mention that they released a demo for Harvestella on the eShop if you're eager to try it out just like myself. Starting off our list with Tunic. This was first released in March of this year on PC and Xbox as a timed exclusive, and I've been waiting for it to arrive to the Nintendo Switch since. Finally, it looks like we don't have to wait much too long for it though, because it's actually coming out this September. Add that onto the long list of other cozy games I want to play this month. Tunic, to me, in a nutshell, looks like an older Legend of Zelda game, but instead you're a fox. You have to explore ancient lands and discover the tales and secrets hidden while slaying various beasts along the way. This fox's little green tunic, sword, and shield all even look very Link inspired with the Master Sword and Hylian shield. And of course, like any adventure of Link's, this little fox's will also be filled with lots of puzzles and exploration. Fae Farm is this totally new farming life sim that was announced in the Direct, and I'll definitely be keeping an eye out on. Besides the farming and life sim genre that I obviously love, I also really enjoy the magical and fae themes that were all over this game. The gameplay overall and even the art style of the characters and the world really remind me of one of my all-time favorite 3DS games, Fantasy Life. In the enchanted land of Azoria, you get to build relationships with the colorful townsfolk, learn about magic, and venture through new realms where you'll eventually find the key to restoring the world all around you. This game is also playable with up to 4 players locally and online, also reminding me of Fantasy Life, so you can share this magical experience with your friends and family. Coming in spring of 2023. I am so excited for this next game because my childhood was literally filled with Harvest Moon games. Now Story of Seasons, Xseed and Nintendo are bringing arguably one of the best games in the series from the GameCube era to the Nintendo Switch with Story of Seasons, It's a Wonderful Life. And when I tell you I was literally just looking for a way to replay the GameCube version, this made the Direct announcement even better for me. I'm so happy to get this chance to revisit an old favorite and for new players to experience this gem as well. It's a Wonderful Life, besides the farming part and caring for animals that we may all be familiar with, also places an emphasis on finding your life partner and raising a family together. In the Direct, they revealed that the game will show the characters aging, and your child will also eventually grow up to choose a life path of their own. This remake will be filled with lots of new content, events, festivals, and more, coming in summer 2023. Speaking of nostalgic favorites, they also announced Rune Factory 3 Special, which is a remaster of Rune Factory 3 from the Nintendo DS, coming in spring of next year. If you've played Rune Factory 4 Special, it may seem very familiar to you, but you will be met with a different cast of lovable characters and a different world to explore. You play as Micah, who stumbles into an unknown town with amnesia in typical Rune Factory fashion, and he has this unique ability to transform into a sheep-like monster, with the goal of recovering his memories and to find a way for humans and monsters to coexist. They also tease that they're working on a completely brand new Rune Factory game, which is so exciting, and after my obsession with Rune Factory 5 this year, I can't wait to see where they're headed for that game. When thinking of most platformers, I don't automatically think of cozy gameplay, but there is one exception for me always, and that is Kirby. Kirby's Return to Dreamland is coming out next February, and it brings us back to the side-scrolling adventure of our favorite Pink Puff. With the cute and charming characters, colorful world, and light-hearted battles with the most adorable monsters, what's not to love? After experiencing Kirby's first 3D adventure, which I absolutely adored in the Forgotten Land, it's nice to be brought back to his roots, back in Dreamland, and play it with up to 3 other friends in this Wii classic. Pikmin 4 was also announced for some time in 2023. Although they didn't really give us a gameplay yet, they did tease that we'll be seeing a completely new perspective for playing your Pikmins. Traditionally, it's a more top-down style, but it looks like you can be closer to the Pikmin near the ground and be able to see things from their point of view, which I'm sure will help with the immersion in this new world. If you're itching for a little Pikmin now though, they also mentioned the mobile app Pikmin Bloom, which can be downloaded for Android and iOS. If you're familiar at all with Pokemon Go, it's developed by the same people, so it plays very similar to that, but Pikmin, of course. Atelier fans, get ready to see Ryza and friends in yet another adventure and their final one in Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key. They always love their long titles, don't they? Ryza 2 was my first introduction to the Atelier series, so it's nice to see another game with a familiar cast of characters, and I'm eager to see how her story rounds off. In this game, Ryza is living her best life on a place called Kirkin Island, only to be disturbed by a mysterious group of islands popping up in the waters nearby. With the aid of alchemy and these various keys, Ryza will be reunited with her friends from the previous games and figure out how to help the world. The map in this game is supposedly one of the largest in all of Atelier games, so I'm eager to set off on this adventure and explore it next February. If you're a fan of retro games and retro RPGs specifically, and you haven't tried Octopath Traveler yet, I really urge you to try Octopath Traveler 2 when it comes, also in February of 2023. What I loved about this game, first of all, is the beautiful HD 2D graphics. Anytime that this is mentioned on my channel, you guys might know that I rave about it a lot. It was the first game I've ever seen like this, and I remember being blown away. I really enjoy the pixel art style of older games, but they add a modern twist of the almost watercolor-like 3D environments, which was super cozy to me. This is a brand new adventure with 8 new travelers set in the world of Celestia, and each traveler has a unique story for you to play through. Like the first game, it looks like you'll also have the freedom to develop your travelers' jobs and skills the way you want and choose exactly how you'd like the game to unfold, eventually seeing how it all comes together in the end. Life is Strange Arcadia Bay Collection takes us all the way back to the original Life is Strange game and Life is Strange Before the Storm, with remastered visuals and improved gameplay all throughout. My first Life is Strange game was True Colors on the Switch, and since experiencing that, I'm really eager to play these earlier titles that brought this series to its success. I think these are underrated cozy games in which it's not exactly that traditional farming life sim or cutesy gameplay, but it's like playing through a movie or reading a good book you can't put down. It'll keep you wanting to learn more, solve the different puzzles, and every choice you make have consequences, which will affect the overall ending. This is coming to the Switch very soon at the end of September. Now, It Takes Two, I really wanted to mention this game because I don't feel like we have enough cozy co-op games on the Nintendo Switch, or in general that comes to mind. Coming out in November of this year, It Takes Two takes you on an exciting journey with a friend through local or online play. You play as Cody and May, who are parents going through a bit of a rough patch. Without spoiling too much, they somehow magically turn into these 2 dolls that their daughter made, and through the guidance of a love book who will coach you through, you have to find a way to work together and find a way out of all this conundrum. Every choice made by one will affect the other and will affect the story. The world is rich and interactive, and there are lots to do in the main game itself, plus the mini games. It's a really fun and unique experience, I gotta say, so if you're looking for a memorable game to play with someone, I think you will like this one. Saving the biggest announcement from the Nintendo Direct for last is the long-awaited sequel to Breath of the Wild. We've been calling it Breath of the Wild 2, Breath of the Wild sequel for a while, but we finally have an official title and release date. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom coming out on May 12, 2023, just a week before my birthday, so I'm so happy. But like with my mention of Breath of the Wild in my very first Cozy Games video, I know not everyone will find its sequel cozy per se, and not everything about this game might be, especially with the combat part or getting chased down by a Lionel, I get it. But everything else with exploring the beautiful open world, uncovering secrets from every nook and cranny, searching for for Koroks, solving puzzles, and exploring some more. All makes this game very relaxing for me. The stunning visuals along with music and just the environment overall makes it so easy to get lost in this world. So Legend of Zelda fans, rejoice. I know I'm definitely satisfied. This was one of the most awaited games in all of Switch history, probably, and I really hope it doesn't disappoint. So which of these games are you most excited for? I know I'll be working on the long list of releases that we're getting in September alone for a while, with a couple more even added. Not to forget, there are plenty of other games that weren't mentioned in the direct that I'm also looking forward to. So please don't forget to like this video if you like this video, and to let me know that you would like to see more as well. If you enjoy casual and cozy gaming content, please consider subscribing. I would absolutely love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.